Assalamu alaikum everyone, I hope you're well. Today's recipe is very special. I think I did mention it in one of the previous videos. It's Kashmiri Chai, which is pink tea, and it's a speciality even in Pakistan. So this tea is prepared in a very different way, and this tea is with milk, but it's pink in color, and it's very flavorful. It's little salty, or you can add sugar as well. We'll show you exactly what options are for you when having this tea. So let's get started with today's ingredients, and we'll talk more while we're preparing it. So ingredients for today's Kashmiri chai. The most important, this tea blend, these are loose leaves, is sold in Asian markets, and you can buy it with the name Kashmiri Chai. And it's a very different blend. Your normal tea won't make Kashmiri chai. Okay, quarter teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of salt. I have for display 1 cup of milk here, but we'll be using more, probably around 3 cups of milk. I'll share during the process. Some ice cubes. During this process we need really chilled water as well, so I'll be adding ice cubes at that stage. A decent length of cinnamon stick, star anise, about 10 to 12 green cardamom pods, 10 to 12 almonds which will crush to go as topping on top of this tea. Pistachios, will open these and crush these to go on top of this tea as garnish, and we have 3 cloves here which will go in the tea as well. So let's get started with the preparation, and let's show you how Kashmiri chai is made. Okay, so let's begin the process now. I have added 2 cups of water to this pan, and I've put it on heat. Once it heats up, I'll turn it to medium heat for the entire process of this tea preparation. So now I'll start adding all the ingredients. So the first one to go in, cinnamon stick or darchini in Urdu, star anise, cloves, about 3 or long in Urdu, about 12 green cardamom pods, elaichi in Urdu, quarter teaspoon of baking soda, it's a little sticky to the base, so just and half teaspoon of salt. So it's about 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri chai blend, and these are loose leaves. So the first step is we're going to bring everything to boil. Once the water heats up, I'll switch it on medium heat and we'll bring it to the boil. So the whole water with all the spices and tea has come to a boil, and if you would like to see, I have it on a medium setting here. Once it starts to boil, give it a good mix, and the idea here as a first step is to let this reduce to quarter of its quantity. So 2 cups we started with, so we'll, until it reduces to about half a cup, we'll let it simmer at medium heat, and we'll keep giving it a mix during this process. While I'm continuing with the process of reducing this water, I thought I should share with you the history that our family has with this Kashmiri chai. So I have mentioned it in another video before, but today I'm doing this Kashmiri chai, so I should mention it. Our neighbors, for all the time that I remember when I was a child growing up living in my old house, they were Kashmiri, and they would make this tea or Kashmiri chai in their house, and it was, I believe, a routine where they would make it literally, I think, every day or every other day. It was extremely popular in their house, and we were, as a family, were very close to them, our neighbors, and I think whenever they would make this chai, they would send some over to our house as well. And over the years, it became so popular and so loved tea or chai in my house that my grandma, she started making this chai, and I believe when she would make it, my dad would observe as well. So the only one thing I remember my dad ever made in his life was this Kashmiri chai, and in my home, this is one thing, if this is to be made, it would be made by my dad. Rest of everything, cooking, everything is my mother, but this is prepared by my dad. So I thought we should share this recipe with all of you and show you how it's done in a very traditional way. So it's been about half an hour, and if you see, it has reduced to about half a cup of water left in there, and it's a very dark sort of reddish color that you will see. Originally we added 2 cups of water, so it's about quarter of its quantity left now, so from 2 cups to half a cup. At this stage I'll add 2 more cups of water, and this should be very chilled water. It's very cold here, so we have very chilled water. The reason I showed ice cubes is, if you are in Pakistan, you can always add ice cubes to make the water extra cold. So what I'll do is I'll add 2 cups of chilled water to it and repeat the whole process of reducing it to quarter of its quantity. So after adding 2 cups of water, let it simmer for another half an hour, 40 minutes, so that while mixing it, so that it reduces to about half a cup approximately. So 2 cups of chilled water now being added to this tea. This one, I'll add 1 more. And we'll leave it on medium heat. It will come to a boil and it will start to reduce again, and the idea again is to reduce it to the same level that it was at. So 40 minutes later, after adding 2 cups of chilled water, it has again reduced to this level, which is about 3/4 of a cup. So when we added 2 cups of chilled water, there was already half a cup of water approximately in there, so it was 2.5 cups of water. So approximately reduction to 1/4 of its level we have achieved. So at this stage I will again add 2 more cups of water, which will make it about 2 cups and 3/4 cups, little less than 3 cups of water. But this time around we'll just reduce it to 2 cups, which I think should not take more than 10-12 minutes. So I'll add 2 more cups of chilled water to it. It's very important that the water is very cold for this tea to brew the way it's meant to brew. So now after adding this water, it's about 3 cups of water in total in this pan. So I'm just going to reduce it to 2 cups. And once we achieve that, we're going to strain this tea or kahwa. Kahwa is an Urdu term which is for tea without milk. So once it's reduced to 2 cups, we'll strain it and we'll leave it aside. So we started with 2 cups of water in here, and 2 hours later after we started, we're still left with 2 cups of water approximately in here, but this tea has brewed really well along with the spices. The time and the addition of water again and again, chilled water, is to bring out the flavor from the spices and from for this tea as well. This tea requires lots of brewing. So I'm happy with the color and the form that I see now. So the next step is I'm going to strain this tea and leave it aside. So you can use any strainer. I have one handy which is a tea strainer. So I'm just going to use it to sieve this tea. So moving on to the next step, I said to you I'll share with you exact quantity of milk that you need. So the ratio in my opinion for this Kashmiri chai is 3 to 1, 3 parts milk and 1 part kahwa, which is the tea which we have brewed separately. So the first step, I'll just show you how to prepare. I'll just use 1 cup for now. So it's a small cup, about 3/4 of a regular cup. So 3/4 regular cup milk, I'll bring it to boil and I'll add about 1/4 cup of kahwa to this and bring it to boil again, and that will be the tea ready. And after that all you need to do is crushed almonds and crushed pistachios would be garnished on top. So let's see how it looks. So if you can see, the milk has almost come to a boil now. So it's 3/4 cups of milk. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of kahwa to it approximately. This ratio can be changed depending on how strong you would like your tea. But to start with, just try this ratio. If you can see, it's a very nice pink color. That's why it's called pink tea. And this tea is very popular in Pakistan on weddings, and it's so aromatic. I can smell cardamoms and the spices in there. It's very fragrant. So it's a very nice pink color. I think I'll add little more kahwa to make it a little stronger pink color. You can adjust the ratio to your taste. Approximately it is 3 parts milk and 1 part kahwa after it's been prepared like I showed you. So this tea is ready now, and I'll serve you and we'll do a quick tasting. So I've transferred the tea to this cup and garnished with some pistachios and almonds. Traditionally this tea is you add little salt to it, and traditionally some people add little salt and little sugar as well. So it's really up to you. However you feel it tastes better to your taste buds, you can add just salt and sugar, just sugar, but I would add little salt and little sugar to it and see how it tastes. So 1/4 teaspoon of sugar and pinch of salt. Let's try it. It's I think it's so nice. You feel the nutty textures and the nutty taste, and it's a different kind of tea. And once you have this tea, there's a reason it's a special tea served on special occasions. It just tastes like nothing else, and it's very addictive, I would say. It's a beautiful blend of tea if made correctly. So this tea we make in large quantities. It is for the entire family and we send it over to the neighbors as well, and it's made on special occasions, so there are lots of guests. So even today I have lots of kava left, which I've shown you. It's just here. This kava can be used for next 3-5 days, I would say, and you can just prepare tea the way I showed you using this kava, and just store it in a fridge and it will be good for at least 3 to 5 days. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be back very soon with another very special video. Till then, take care, subscribe to our YouTube channel, give a thumbs up, and we'll see you again very soon. It's a bye from both of us for now.